Hello, dear friends. LaToya here, your host and creator of VesselandCrown. I am super excited to be here for you all with our weekly channeled message. And it's always so interesting because I never know what is going to come through and if I am going to be speaking about the five specific topics that were laid on my heart, right? And though I know that anything that flows through will be related to one of those five or relevant in some capacity. It's always so interesting to just allow myself to be a vessel, right? To be able to communicate through all channels, specifically through my crown, as the spirit of Joshua or Yeshua, Christ consciousness, begins to flow through me. I have been sitting in stillness for the last hour or so, just meditating and allowing myself to be carried in the tunes and the sounds of the most beautiful soundtrack that I've listened to in quite some time. And it's a soundtrack called Living Water by Julie True. And you can find that on Spotify or anywhere that you listen to music, but it's such a soothing soundtrack. And so it's about 30 minutes long. I've been just listening to it for about an hour and just allowing myself to be immersed in the energy, the essence of Christ consciousness as I allow myself to just be, right? I am but a vessel communicating with God through my crown. And so today, as we move forward into our weekly message, it's feeling a lot like there is an opportunity to speak on compassion. And as I continue to sit here and tune in, I am hearing and noticing how there is an opportunity for us to create healthy boundaries within our lives as it relates to the compassion we hold for ourselves versus the compassion we give to others, things, obligations, and priorities. Becoming one with the spirit of compassion, the energy of compassion, whatever you want to call it, it is a spiritual essence, a spirit and energy, requires us to cultivate time for stillness. And time for stillness can look different for everyone. Time for stillness could look like what I just shared with you, and that is quite literally sitting in stillness with music in the background. It could also be sitting in stillness with nothing playing at all, no distractions whatsoever. Cultivating moments of stillness could look like lying in bed for the first 5 or 10 minutes a day when you wake up versus reaching for your phone right away. It could look like meditation, yoga, mindful movement, somatic breath work, whatever that looks like for you. The opportunity here is to become one with all that is. And in doing so, you become one with the spirit of compassion because the energy that is all, right? God, source energy, universe, Christ consciousness is the spirit of compassion, is unconditional love. And what the observation is right now is that there are so many people focusing on quarter 4 or finishing the year strong, the hustle and bustle of the holiday season, the hustle and bustle of getting in those last few sales, increasing the last bit of revenue as much as possible before the year ends, quite literally burning ourselves out so that we can start all over again within a couple weeks on January 1st here in the Western Hemisphere for those that observe the new year on January 1st. And when we take a moment to step back and be really honest with all of that movement, all of that momentum in preparation for numbers on paper, in preparation for meeting objectives that we have and goals that we have set for ourselves, and maybe even living up to the expectations of others, the projections that others have placed on us. When we take a step back and really truly look at those things, we have to ask ourselves, is that living with and through the spirit of compassion? And if we're being honest, Essentially, the answer is no, right? Because the energy and the spirit of compassion is one of grace, it's one of balance, it's one of give and take, ebb and flow, right? And so, in the spirit of compassion and the energy of compassion, there is not a heightened sense of anxiety all the time. There is not a heightened sense of stress within the body, manifesting as heart problems, sickness and disease, colds, flus, all of these things, right? When we are truly abiding by, living with, ebbing and flowing in the energy of compassion, we have the tendency to naturally cultivate in our lives the space for balance, alignment, peace, reciprocal energy, whether that's money going out and coming in or an aligned amount of rest for you throughout the week, right? We all have varying degrees for what each of these things look like for us. And so as we begin to move further into this exploration of compassion, I invite you to ask yourself, am I being compassionate towards myself? Am I giving myself the same amount of compassion and grace that I extend to others, my pets, my job, my kids, even priorities? And instead of judging yourself or shaming yourself or feeling guilty for the times that you haven't extended as much grace and compassion towards yourself, it's simply an opportunity to acknowledge where you can moving forward, acknowledge where there are opportunities that you can quite literally schedule into your day, moments of stillness or moments of silence or just time for yourself to cultivate stillness for the intention of becoming one with the spirit of compassion. When we flow through the spirit of compassion and we begin to recognize what it means to lean into grace and lean into really and truly trusting ourselves and the universe, then we'll find ourselves in a state of thankfulness, a state of gratitude, a state of living and being that nourishes and restores our nervous system, our hearts, our mind, our bodies, our spirits. And that energy that's flowing from within will begin to illuminate the external, help to organize the external, help to bring order to an otherwise chaotic or busied environment. So this is the invitation, dear friends, to again reacquaint yourself with the spirit of compassion. This is not the first time that the concept or the topic of compassion has come up. Make a mental note of that, because this lets us know, this informs the heavenlies and the universe that there is so much work for us to do here in the 3D, on the three-dimensional plane, right? And sometimes it takes hearing a message in different ways on different occasions. Sometimes it takes us hearing about the same topic time and time again before we begin to realize, oh, well, there's an opportunity for me to give myself grace and compassion, and not just say it from the mental space, from your cerebral space, but to really feel it in your heart, right? Embody it within your physical space, right? This physical shell that we've been blessed with, until it begins to manifest, right? Become second nature, to be the love of God, to be the love of all that is universe, source, energy, Christ consciousness, to be an embodiment of compassion. This same compassion is flowing through every living, breathing thing. And when we begin to notice and acknowledge and bring our awareness to this fact, to this energy, right? Life will be so much better for each and every one of us. This is not another cliche phrase or transmission or something that's meant to be reposted and shared for, vanity metrics. This is real, tangible possibility, right? We just have to create the space again every day for moments and pockets, even for stillness, so that we can become one with the spirit of compassion. And again, in doing so, then and only then will we be able to recognize and acknowledge where we can bump up the levels of grace towards ourselves, unconditional love, i.e., compassion, right? And create that inner light, that inner purity, the cleansing that creates alignment and balance and peace that then begins to flourish and emanate and manifest within your external. This is the gift to give yourself this holiday season and beyond. The ultimate gift leading us back to peace, kindness, understanding, inner confidence, personal freedom, expansion, miracles, infinite possibilities just waiting in the balance here to manifest and come into fruition in your life as we speak, as you continue to move forward and go on your merry way. And so now at this time, I'm being led to create a moment of stillness with you. And so if you're watching this replay, no matter the time or day, energy knows no time, space, or distance. Healing knows no time, space, or distance. Acknowledgement and awareness knows no time, space, or distance. With that, in this moment, I invite you to close your eyes or simply soften and lower your gaze. And just begin to breathe. Just noticing the flow of breath into your nostrils, out of your nose or your mouth, whichever is most comfortable for you. Breathing in, breathing out. And in this moment of stillness, as you continue to breathe, on each inhale, allow yourself to fill up with the energy of compassion. Allow yourself to fill up on the inhale, breathing in compassion, exhaling the love of God or source or universe, Christ consciousness. Filling up with the spirit of compassion, exhaling the love of God, source energy, universe, into your space, allowing yourself to be held and surrounded by this energetic essence. So beautiful, unconditional. And at this time, as you continue to sit here, I invite you now to bring your awareness to your heart space, maybe laying a hand on your heart, and just breathing into your heart space right now. On the in-breath, envisioning a soft pink glow or light just flowing right into your heart. And envisioning this, seeing it, feeling it, imagining it as the spirit of compassion, allowing this energy to flow into your heart, expanding with the energy of grace. Again, breathing out, exhaling the love of God, source energy, universe, Christ consciousness. And as we continue to breathe and allow the spirit of compassion, this soft pink energetic blurb or energetic orb of energy to flow into your heart, the spirit of compassion, allow yourself to be held So many of us want to be held right now. I'm hearing an opportunity to be held. So go sit here for a few more moments and allow yourself to be held here as you continue to see, feel, or imagine the warmth, the grace, the unconditional love and acceptance of compassion. For some of you, this may bring up emotions, physical sensations within the body, and know that it's all okay. The invitation here is to sit in stillness and allow yourself to become one with compassion. And as those thoughts, as those sensations begin to move into your space, the invitation here is simply to acknowledge those things or those thoughts or those feelings, and then lovingly release them with care and compassion and grace, allowing it to just fizzle off and float into the atmosphere. And then on your next in-breath, envisioning the spirit of compassion flowing back into your heart. Breathe. Receive, receive, receive. I'm hearing a release right now. Allow yourself to release those emotions. If it's tears, if it's giggling, if it's warmth, allow this release to be a detoxification process of all that is no longer serving you. So you can create space and even more oneness with the spirit of compassion. And as we take one more breath in together, filling up with compassion, exhaling the love of God, source energy, universe, Christ consciousness, resting into the peace on the exhale. And that concludes today's message, dear friends. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace to your mind, peace to your body, peace to your spirit. Om Shanti Om. Until next time, dear friends, peace and blessings.